Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School. I'm Stevie.
I'm Minnie.
Today we're looking at our World in Pictures lesson, which means if you have the magazine or the DVD or you're looking at it online, that you're going to see lots of pictures giving you helpful vocabulary to learn. So today, our title is Sweet Discoveries in Tamsui. Ooh,
Yeah.
Sweet treats in Tamsui. Yum.
那我们今天图解世界，也就是代表说，如果你手边有杂志啊，或者是你有在看我们的影片，你就会看到很多可爱的图片。因为我们今天要来到淡水，我们要来一个甜点巡礼。
All right, so we have Laura and Casey in today's conversation. Now, Casey, it sounds like Casey has never been to Tamsui. So Laura is taking Casey to Tamsui Old Street to try famous traditional snacks.
所以从这个文章看起来呢 Casey 应该是没有去过淡水老街，所以 Laura 她带着 Casey 去淡水老街，要去品尝著名的 traditional snacks 传统甜点。
Yes. Also, here I want to mention something to students. Because in the past, when we see the English word for Tamsui,
Yes.
and people say, oh, Tamsui,
Yeah.
you know what? It's spelled Tamsui because the people who were writing the English, they didn't know what the sound was. They didn't know how to write it correctly. And, just like Keelong,
Yeah.
you know.
K-E-E.
Right. So, students, if you know the proper pronunciation for the city, say it properly. So you don't have to say Taipei if you don't want to. You can say
Taipei.
You don't have to say Tamsui. Say Tamsui.
淡水
Say Keelong. Because nobody says Kaohsiung, Taichung. Nobody says that. Because they know it's Kaohsiung and Taichung.
Yes.
Yeah, so you don't have to say Tamsui or Keelong, okay? Say Keelong. Say Tamsui. It's okay.
Yeah, 所以如果你的母语是中文，你知道这个正确发音，你就可以直接发是没有问题的。
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so 我们回到 Laura and Casey.
Yes, please.
So they're in Tamsui, and they're going to try some famous traditional snacks. So Laura says there are so many vendors in Tamsui. There are so many vendors. Okay, you could say there are so many different things to eat. There are so many different stores to check out. But here we're talking about vendor. A vendor is a person who sells something, and also a vendor, like a street vendor, would be what you see in a night market. Right? 那种夜市的摊位。
对，摊位。
摊位, yeah. So she says there are so many vendors, but we might just say, there are so many places to check out.
对，所以这边其实这一句他就说淡水的摊贩很多，所以刚刚老师有特别讲 street vendor 其实就是有点像夜市啊，或者是老街看到那种没有店面的，我们可以叫它 street vendor。但是我们如果看到那种一台一台的机器，我们也可以叫它贩卖机，也可以是 vending machine。
Yes, vending, V-E-N-D-I-N-G, vending machine. So she says there's so many vendors in Tamsui. Which one do you want to try first?
你想先尝哪一个呢？
So now I think this is a funny question because if he doesn't know what's there and you say, oh, which one do you want to try first? I don't know.
Yeah.
我不知道。
我不在。
I've never been here. You tell me.
Yeah.
But Casey replies with a good answer. He says, I want to try something sweet. So he knows what kind of flavor or taste he wants. He wants to try something sweet.
所以他说我想吃甜的。
Since it's my first time in Taiwan, every dessert is new to me. So since, or we could also say because it's my first time in Taiwan, every dessert is new to me. Everything here is new. I haven't tried any of your desserts.
所以这边的 since 其实就是 because 因为或由于的意思。因为由于这是我第一次来台湾，每一道甜点对我来说都很新鲜。那这个 dessert 要注意它是 D-E-S-S-E-R-T 不是 D-E-S-E-R-T 哦。那我通常会跟我的学生说，你可以把 S 想象成你的舌头。当你舔到沙子desert 的时候，你不会舔第二次，但你如果舔到巧克力或奶油好吃，你会再舔一次。所以甜点是 SS 不是 S 哦。
Oh, that's a good way.
Yeah, that's how I learned it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So and see, I always taught it like dessert makes you happy. So you say dessert. But the desert 是沙漠. So you think, oh, desert.
没有水，很无聊。
Yeah, desert. Dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like yours better. Okay, so every dessert is new to me. Now, Laura says, ooh, then you should definitely try wheel pies. Okay, definitely. Here, if we wanted to use slang, we could say, oh, then you need, for sure. You need to try wheel pies for sure.
Yeah, 就是一定要的意思
Yeah.
for sure.
You should definitely try wheel pies. And to be honest, when I first read this English,
Yes.
wheel pie, I had no idea what this was in English.
派
I know what it is in Chinese, but I was like, wheel pie? What is a wheel pie?
Yeah, 我住台湾那么久 wheel pie 是什么？
我怎么不知道 wheel pie 是什么？ And then I was thinking wheel, 轮胎轮子车轮饼.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay. Okay, so a pie, yeah. Okay.
Or how would you translate 车轮饼? Have you tried it before?
Of course. Of course.
那你会怎么翻译呢?
You know what?
Yes.
I would probably just call it a little stuffed pastry.
Oh, stuffed pastry.
Yeah,
你就不会用字翻.
Yeah, but it's not really pastry either.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Right?
A little, yeah. So why not wheel pie?
Yeah.
好
Normally I say wheel cake.
Or wheel cake?
Because it's kind of like sweet, right?
Yeah.
And it's not really pie-ish because you can cut it.
You can.
No, you cut it, you ruin it. Don't you cut my
你要用咬的，你不能用切的。
对。
Especially if, now I have to tell you, I'm actually a little bit picky about these, and I'm not a big fan of like red bean, but the custard ones.
Oh, 奶油口味
So good. And I've also had 这个少数. I haven't had this often. I've only seen it once. And I was in Puli. They did a you know how you like 汤圆?
Yes.
Like the Chinese
我知道桂冠汤圆里面有包芝麻
or 花生. I had a 车轮饼 with a place that they also did like the 芝麻 and the 花生.
Oh.
But they did it in the 车轮饼 in the wheel pie. Oh. It was so good.
Wow, that sounds very good.
Was so good, but it was more creamy.
我都要流口水了。
你如果在卖哦，记得是 Stevie 给你的意见呢。我要抽版税。Anyway.
好好吃。
So, yes, you should try wheel pies. There are lots of different fillings you can choose from. Now, we call that a filling.
馅料
Yeah, but we call that a filling because you fill
inside
the inside with it. So it's a filling.
但是如果是刨冰加在上面，那我们就会说那个是 topping.
Topping, because it's on the top.
Yes.
But this, it's full of it. You filled it. So it's called a filling.
Yeah, 所以他这边告诉你有很多不同的 filling 馅料可以让你选择。
Then she says, my favorite flavor is red bean.
这个人绝对不是 Stevie.
Yeah, this is not me.
Yeah, so flavor 这个字是口味哦。他说他最喜欢的口味是红豆口味。
But guess what? I do like red beans on Taiwanese ice.
刨冰
Yes.
Oh.
Now, I don't like the 红豆泥. That's what I don't like.
Okay, so you like the whole one.
But sweet red beans on a Taiwanese ice or even like red bean soup, that's okay.
Okay, interesting.
就是
So it's
不要
the
那个泥
texture.
Yeah, red bean and... Yeah.
好像很多外国人
Yeah.
都不喜欢 slimy texture.
It's not slimy, it's just...
Sticky?
It's weird. I just don't like
weird.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 好，我是怪人，拍谁哈？
不会怪。
Okay, so Laura's favorite flavor is red bean. So Casey says, "Oh, sounds great."
听起来很棒诶。
Yeah. And I've heard a lot about bubble milk tea.
Yeah.
Of course, if you come to Taiwan,
真奶之国
if you drink tea, you have to try bubble milk tea.
Yeah.
You have to.
Some people also call it tapioca milk tea.
Or boba.
Yeah, or like pearl milk tea.
Yeah, pearl milk tea. I know a lot of places now they call it boba.
Boba.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter what you call it. If you drink tea, you have to try it.
Yeah, 珍珠奶茶
Yeah. I've heard a lot about bubble milk tea. So now Laura says, basically she says what I just said. Oh, bubble tea is an absolute must try
Wow.
when you're in Taiwan.
很强的语气有没有 ？Absolute 绝对 must try 一定要
Yeah. That's just what I said, right?
Yeah, 珍珠奶茶在台湾绝对是必尝之物
Yeah, you
没错
have to try it. It's an absolute must try. If you only try one thing, you have to try this.
Yeah, if you only have like one thing, one appetite.
Right. So Casey, he doesn't say anything. He just said, okay. What other desserts is Taiwan famous for? So when we talk about a place that's famous for something,
Yeah.
That means 在那个地方就是很有名。
对，以什么东西闻名就叫 famous for.
Yeah. So what other desserts is Taiwan famous for?
所以台湾还有哪些甜点出名呢？
Laura says, it's a long list.
清单很长。
Yeah, there are many things.
Yeah.
I guess, I think pineapple cakes and taro pastries are pretty popular. So pineapple cake and taro pastries are pretty, 很漂亮的. No, that means very popular.
Popular, 很
Yeah.
受欢迎。所以凤梨酥跟芋头酥很受欢迎。
All right, we'll take a break here and we'll be right back with the rest of the dialogue. Okay, we are back. And so Casey has just asked Laura, okay, I know about bubble milk tea and the wheel pie. So what else is Taiwan famous for? Laura says pineapple cakes and taro pastries are pretty popular. They're very popular.
Yeah.
Now, Casey says, are those available on Damsui Old Street? Are those means are pineapple cakes and taro pastries available here?
Yeah, 所以 available 这个字其实可以稍微记一下学一下 available 就是说可取得的可买到的所以这句话就是说淡水老街有卖吗有卖刚刚提到的凤梨酥跟芋头酥吗
Laura says, yeah, I'm sure we'll come across them as we hang around on the street.
Come across 就是代表说跟他们会有交集的感觉会看到会遇到
Yeah, 会遇到 We'll come across them. Okay, now, when we're with friends, we'll say this, we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Or hanging around. Okay? But when you say, she might have said as we walk down the street. But hang around just kind of means you're staying in the same place. So it's a little weird to say, we'll see him as we hang around out here on the street.
Well, because 淡水老街 is kind of like...
It's kind of small.
Yeah, it's kind of small. It's like only 2 streets,
Yeah.
I think.
So yeah. But as we hang out in this area, yeah, we'll see him.
对，所以他这边的 hang around 其实应该就是说闲晃啊，我们随便逛逛随便闲晃都可以遇得到。
So now Casey says, okay, all right, cool. So we get to try all that. It's kind of hot today.
有点热。
Yeah. After dinner, can we get something cool to eat?
吃完晚餐我们可以吃一点清凉的东西吗
Wow, so they're talking about all these desserts before dinner? I think if you are going to a place like Damsui Laojie or whatever, sometimes I don't go there and eat a full meal.
Oh.
If I want to try a lot of things,
Yeah.
I won't sit down to a full meal. I'll go in and try a little bit of things and just snack my way through.
就是每一餐都吃，每一摊都吃一点点。
就可能吃一点那个，一点这个。
从第一摊吃到最后一摊你就饱了。
Yeah, just to eat a little bit here and there, and then you get to try everything.
Yeah.
And when you're done, you're still full. Because if I sit down to eat a meal, and then, I want to get, a Taiwanese ice. Oh, now I want to get a pineapple cake.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to try the 车轮饼, the wheel pie. Oh my gosh. But halfway through your walk, you're like, I'm so full.
对，真的会这样哦。
Yeah. But here he's like, ooh, it's hot. So after dinner, can we get something nice and cool? I would have said, let's go get a Taiwan ice.
Yeah, now.
And actually, my favorite is very it's a stereotype here.
Oh.
一个刻板印象.
Yeah.
But it's the best one.
Which one?
Mango.
芒果刨冰.
Well, the mango milk ice.
芒果牛奶冰.
Yeah, that one, that's so good. Taiwanese mango is the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of our mango as well.
Yes. But they're not talking about ice yet because Laura says, how about IU jelly? It's great for hot weather. Now, to get a cold drink with like the IU jelly or this, that is nice when it's hot. It just, I don't know,我们英文说 it's refreshing. And I guess refreshing, refreshing. I think we could say, 这样喝很清爽.
对，清爽. Yeah, that's a very good translation.
It's very refreshing. So how about IU jelly? It's great for hot weather.
所以这边他就提议说，爱玉怎么样呢？这非常适合炎热的天气。那老师刚刚补充了一个 refreshing， 是其实蛮常讲，只要是 minty 就是凉凉的，有点像加薄荷的，或者是说很冰凉的，我们都可以用 refreshing。像一些水果也会说很 refreshing。
Like cold watermelon on a hot day could be very refreshing.
很清爽。
So now Casey says, you've mentioned so many desserts. You've talked about so many desserts. I don't think I can remember them all. I don't think I'll remember all these names.
所以我们这个月之前几篇也有提到说mention 这个字，所以you mention 就是你提到了很多的甜点，那我想我没办法全部记住
Yeah. Laura says, don't worry about it.
别担心。
Yeah. Half the fun of visiting the old street is exploring all the options.
对。
So half the fun of visiting these old streets is all about exploring all of your choices, all of your options. We could say it's all about checking everything out.
所以 check everything out 是代表说就是要去看啊，多方的去看，然后所有东西都去尝试。那在这边我们这一句它就是说游览老街的一半乐趣就是在于探索所有的选择，当然另外一半可能就是去买啊，去吃啊，对不对
？Yeah, so that's what I told you. Yeah. Eat a little bit here, eat a little bit there.
And try everything.
Try everything. And so she said half the fun is visiting the old street. So now Casey says, I suppose the other half is simply trying anything that looks delicious.
没错.
So I guess the other half of the fun is eating everything that looks good, that looks delicious.
Yeah, 所以另外一半呢，就是尝试任何看起来美味的东西，一半是探索，一半是尝试。
So, all right, nice. A good lesson for Tamsui and something you could definitely think about taking your friends to.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, 我不知道为什么, but I'm so hungry now.
Me too.
Maybe we should go to Tamsui 老街.
It's a bit too far. Maybe 车轮饼.
It's too far.
Yeah.
车轮饼. Oh.
I think I'm going to get 车轮饼 later.
Really? I think, or some beef noodle soup.
Oh, that's nice too.
牛肉面.
我觉得牛肉面也是台湾代表的美食
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. And then we can get, no. Then we'll get the custard.
牛
奶车轮饼. Yeah.
牛奶, 对.
And we're out of time. Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
We're going to eat. Bye.
Bye.